come on in here. Um, just doing something real good. Just in chill mode today. We're gonna get it real live and cracking. Hope y'all doing all right out there. Trying to see what I'm working with today. Set this thing up real quick. Okay, cool. Turn that off. Come back on. We're gonna talk about a lot of different things. Well, I'm gonna get into this thing real quick. So let me get this thing real quick. Okay, we're gonna start this thing off real quick. Let me get this thing cranking up. And let me get this thing going real quick. And let me get this thing going real quick. See what we got real quick. See what we got real quick. Okay, what's happening? How you doing? Sophia, how you doing? I'm just sending out all my info contacts right now. So bear with me if you see any lines going through. I'm very much on. I'm just sending out my info to let people know that the stream is live. So thank you. So don't be alarmed. Okay, Alistair. Well, I just was going by the name that I saw on the thing. But anyway, don't be alarmed. I'm just sending out the info. No way I'm on YouTube. Okay, good. Glad to have you on. Good. No way I'm on YouTube. Okay, good. Glad to have you on. Yeah, good, 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 good. Glad you're on YouTube today. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you coming through. I'm doing good. Doing good. Just got in. Um, been enjoying the weekend, so it's really cool. And did a live stream here the last 2 days, so doing another one today. Maybe tomorrow. Mm, Jermaine, give me your number. Who are you? Who is you exactly to be asking me that kind of question? If I do stuff like that, you got to friend me on Facebook and I got to know who you are. And I can't do that because I can't do all that. And what part of the world are you coming from? There's a lot of questions, 99 questions, 99 questions. People going to be so forward. Mm, okay. And so, yeah, but that's like what and what else? What else? What else? What else? What else are you supposed to tell me? I don't know. I mean, it's cool. As long as you happy with it, I'm cool with it. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, let me give you my commentary about these five federal workers. It's a crying shame that the whole mess that Trump then created with this tariffs and people losing their jobs and livelihood. And you used to think you get a federal job, you'd be straight for life. That was the plan. That was the initiative. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. That's a mess out here. Yeah. Hello, how are you? Who are you and where you coming from? I like to think so too. Okay, what does that mean? I mean, it's a different name. I've never heard it before. Yes, welcome here, Charlene. Thank you for coming through. Mine is in my username. So what you see is my name is what you see. Okay. I believe that. Yeah, doing good. Doing good. Having a good day. And thank you for asking. The same to you. Come on, Charlene. You've heard that the whole terrorist thing went down. You didn't heard about how the federal worker, the government's on strike. That's what that means. The government is on strike in America. That's so the federal workers have lost their jobs. That's what that means. So you pretty much, if you had a relative or somebody in your family and they're a federal worker, that's what that means. Yes, feel free to answer the question. Depends on what the question is. I'm not in it, so I ain't in it. I don't condone none of it. It does come with a curveball. It sure does. Okay, it feels like I'm getting trolled, so somebody's going a little bit. Okay, this person is a troll. I can't be having 99 people doing the same thing. Yeah, very nice to meet you too. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you coming through and taking the time to have conversation. Um, is what? Kanu. I don't understand what that means. You know, that's a good question. I've never ever heard anyone put her and legend in the same sentence. I'm a content creator and I have other things that I do. But I don't disclose nothing personal unless I know you like that. And if I know you on Facebook or if we friends or somewhere else that we talk like that, I don't disclose nothing out of respect. And but I'm content creating is one of the things that I do. Where are you coming from, by the way, in the world? I've never even thought about Connie Chung like that. That's what makes you so unique because I've never get asked about her. I don't really think about her to be honest with you, and I think it's because she kind of sold herself out. And I'm not talking about because she married Maury Povich. I think it was something she said that I was kind of indifferent with her. I mean, she did good on TV, but I was kind of indifferent with her. So hope you understand, because I don't really. Oh, what part of the country? Because I lived in all four parts of the states. Yeah, okay. South Beach. Yeah, well, you know what? I liked her for what she did, but I think it was something she said. I forgot what it was, and I ain't thought about her in a minute. You know, she did pretty good for what she did, but everybody was more about Maury Povich. Her husband got more of the notoriety, but she was all right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Miami in the hills. What's happening with you? There was something that I was talking about, and you didn't come back the other day because it was a topic uh, pertaining to something sports related. And I thought about you. I think it was something to do with the 49ers. It was something like that, but you never came back. So if you start talking football or you start talking something that'll jar my memory back. Or was it about USC or was it about UCLA? It was something about football. It was football related. You talking about from Michigan? Because my Wolverines got their butt toe up by SC yesterday. Got their butt toe up. I'm sorry to hear that. Rest in peace. I've been through that a many a time. And the reality is, if you live long enough, especially if they're close to you, that's oh, you go back. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they got their butt toe up too. Oh yeah, they got their butt toe up. Sorry to hear that. That this grieving process takes quite a while. How old was he? It's a problem because spiritually, it's a loss. Yeah, it's tough to lose someone that you're close to, especially when you need words of wisdom. That's what I always say. That's the toughest thing about when I lose anybody. Words of wisdom is like the toughest thing. Um, Baseball caps are more iconic as far as when cats started flipping them back. But if you ask somebody from the hood the last 40 years, they're gonna tell you Kango. Rasta hats are popular and they get love. Kango hats, they were real popular around the way. And baseball caps because you could flip them. So I probably say baseball caps. That's a good question, though. That's a good question. I might use it for a future topic. I never got asked that one before. But the problem with the roster hats is like that doesn't get the kind of hit that it should. But the Kango hats and the baseball hats, it's like if you were gonna buy somebody a gift in December of those two hats and for style and attire. And remember something too, it's always baseball caps. It's not football caps. It's not it's not hockey ones. It's not basketball ones usually. It's baseball ones. Yeah, because the Yankees and the Dodgers is huge. Kango hats flipped to the back is huge, especially back in the day. So that's a good question. Roster hats would probably come in third place if we're playing a game. Just saying. 80% say they feel for federal workers. Okay. Keep on hitting them likes up too, by the way. If you're coming on, hit the likes up. And again, if I get enough view today, I will be on for at least an hour. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate that. Always appreciate when I get a donation. Much appreciated. Appreciate that. So anyway, yeah, I appreciate you sharing the information. Again, condolences and thoughts and prayers. It is always tough. It is very tough. You try the best you can, and sometimes easier said than done. Um, Chargers should win. Niners, that's a big game for Tampa Bay. That's a huge game. Left hand is the hand of evil. That is absurd. That's absurd. The black cat thing is because that's racial. Umbrella in the house, most people wouldn't do that. Not, unless of course you dampen it. Don't really care about the sidewalk crash because depending on where you live, but the left hand is evil is absurd. That one's probably the most absurd. I always think the black cat is always associated with race, so that's how I think. That's dumb. That's weak whack. I've known a lot of smart people with left hand. You have to challenge them intellectually. All right, Remax To, what's up? That's how you handle them. Cause you tell them face up. Um, I feel it's sad. The terrorist mess is a joke. You handle the bully with being one yourself. You gotta be something. You gotta say, look, I ain't afraid of you. Uh, you have to mentally learn how to fight, not always physical, mentally. You have to stand your ground. You have to know how to talk back. You don't have to talk tough, but you have to stand up. You know, people want you to be scared of them. See, that's the problem we got right now with that all mess Trump be putting down. People be trying to bully and scare you. I think the layoffs are embarrassing. Really, I mean, it's because he didn't created such a bad, and they don't want to. He making it political and he making it divisive. He wants people fighting amongst themselves. He wants to pollute everything. Plus, it's another excuse to not talk about those Epstein files. So it's all done in a way to kind of like just get you off your gear. If you stand up for yourself, you have to be ready. But I'm gonna tell you something. Tougher person to know how to talk themselves into calm. Because most times when you're dealing with someone that's a bully, all they got is curse words and negativity. You have to hit them with positive. You have to hit them with that. I'm not going to back down, but I'm not afraid of you, but I'm going to pray for you. That's how you do it. You'd be very surprised how it works. Because at the end of the day, even the most hardest of hard people want some emotion in their life. You'd be surprised. Now, they're going to try to play with you. They're going to try to get you. But you have to be calm with life. It's a mentalist. That's my approach. Um, Chips, because you can manipulate them more. Soda is one of them things that is big, but you can manipulate because chips goes with everything. I'm gonna tell you why I say chips. Because if you go to a sports bar, pub, or a football game, you people got chips with beer, with anything. Chips go with anything. Think about it. And you put chips with everything. Soda's kind of limited. Oh, that's fair. Y'all can disagree with me. That's fine. I didn't see chips go with everything. Soda, not so much. Most time when you having football party or something, someone got a beer. Pop is very seldom with pop. I see them do it, but if I'm having like I'm thinking about like if you're on a football get together, something like that, it's more chips because chips go with everything, chips and dips, and all over the different places. I used to live on the West Coast. They don't care about that. So is alcohol. feel worse. You know, I've been around different situations, so that's all I'm coming from. And the thing about it is, the reason why I say chips is because of this. People are picky with they pop. They ain't picky with their chips. They'll get some generic pop. They'll drink pop that you go, ooh, yeah. But again, if they sell it on you, you ain't thinking about it. Imagine people that do both of it though. That's a double high, double entendre. Okay. So it's all good. Yeah, it's double entendre. Like alcohol is worse than weed, so it's like double entendre. So what I'm trying to say is like that's like a same meaning but with a different double context. So that's all I'm getting at. I'm trying to, because if you say alcohol, weed, in time when we have double entendre, sometimes they have two different meanings of the same thing or different meanings. So when someone said alcohol is worse than weed, but they both meant to get you high, but they have different connotations. But then yet they're both essentials because alcohol, you use rubbing alcohol, and sometimes if you're sick, people use alcohol, and sometimes weed for glaucoma, autism, different things. That's all. Oh, that's subjective. I can't answer that. That's subjective. I'm not gonna ask about nobody's accent because again, that's subjective. I don't really do truth to dare because I don't want it to be something derogatory. So it depends on what you're asking. I'm not picking about someone's accent because again, everybody likes different things. If we're thinking about girls, doesn't matter. I like all accents. I ain't got no favorite accent with that because accents is accents. At the end of the day, you know, I didn't come across some really cool women with different accents. I didn't come across some janky ones. So, oh, I love Louisiana. I have funny stories about when I was a kid with that because I met this girl. Well, her brother and I used to play basketball, get in baseball. Sister had me crazy, and she had that accent. And we was out playing 21. I didn't miss a shot the whole day. I was in my bag that day. So I got flashbacks to that. Oh, it was just that because I went to Louisiana for a weekend. My mother was had friend, and back in the day. Anyway, went to their house. They had a nice crib too, very nice crib. That Creole thing was going. She was pretty. The only problem, there was two things. I was crushing, and I ate the spicy food. I lost my accent. Actually, I was talking like that food was so spicy my tongue changed. That's one. Like the house had a big old carpet. It was a nice house except for another problem. The dog did their business up in the corner. And I thought, oh God, how y'all living? Like that's the first time I'd ever seen that in my life. Nice carpet and the dog left a pile over there in the corner. I was like, oh God. So that was a bit different. Yeah. I never got over that. I never seen anything like that before. Cause I'm thinking, y'all got a nice crib and y'all let that dog do that? Yeah. Levi. Levi's more iconic. Yes, it's cool. I don't really get into all that though. But anyway, ate the food. My tongue got flipped. Spiciest food, best food I ever had. Had a great time there. We played baseball, did football. I was there for a weekend. Never got back there again, but I had a great time with that though. Louisiana was incredible. Best food on the planet. That's been a long time. Been a long time. Back in the late 80s. What makes you ask that question? Because I don't even know who you are, Kaboom. You come here asking me when you did I graduate high school. So unless you got some story. Food. Well, no, Fila. Well, Fila. Mine was like closer to 89, I believe. No, Fubu lasted a while. Fila was popular in a short while. They both came out like a particular time when they were happening. Your pops got me by like 10 years. Hmm. What do you want, Leaf? Um, just yeah, but it was more politics. Yeah, about that time. It's been a long time though. Okay, what's your question? Okay, I gotta take you out. I'm not doing no trolling. Yeah, Fila still does go hard. Depends on where you live. Depends on where you live. Fubu was kind of like it's like Fat Farm was popular. Different ones have come about. You know, it depends. It depends on where you lived. Yes, I've been in North Carolina way back in the day. I have family from the Carolinas, but I went as a visitor. I never even heard anything say one way or the other about it. You should ask everybody that question randomly. I know one thing: it's made for a comfortable sleep, because without one, that is pretty flat. Pillows don't hurt, but I think it's the way you sleep that contributes to your evolution, your posture. You get out the bed, how you do. That's a good question because I've never heard anyone ever ask that question before. Charlene got some questions and got some things that I think of that I've thought of like in years, and then some things I don't. It's just amazing, uncanny. She is an original. You never know. Okay. I'm going to be on for like an hour today. So we're just going to get these conversations going. Let's get people talking. Let me check some real quick. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I've never ever thought about a pillow. I've had comfortable pillows and I've just had the right ones. You can't change it. Sometimes you're just dealing with self-centerism. That's all. Gotta leave that alone. What sells more? Based on the women that I've known, I would probably say nail polish if I'm going by that logic. Back in the day, I would have probably told you lipstick, but see, nail polish, you got to get the right one, and it depends on who you're dealing with. That's an interesting question. I'm not going. I'd probably say nail polish today, lipstick back in the day. I'd say more so today. Yeah, that's why we have entertainers. That sounds like you're talking about a musician. Yeah, well, that's part of the industry. rappers, singers, you know, actors, any sports athletes. That's all part of it. You see it all the time. They have to suppress something to gain something else, and people love it. They love the facade. That's why we like to be entertained. Yeah, because you make a sacrifice, you make a deal. You have to give up something to get something. That's kind of how it goes. And you never trust nobody. That's how it goes. I've seen it with a lot of people, especially in the entertainment industry. Okay, give me your Mount Rushmore. I don't know what football game you're talking about, but you tell me what game you're talking about. I'm gonna leave in about an hour, so car probably. And out of that, Pittsburgh should win. You think Dallas gonna win, but I don't know nothing. Football's strange. It's strange. Should be, but I don't know. Those are some ugly games, though. By the way, I gotta say a car because jewelry when you a kid, but when you get grown, unless of course because cars is what people still identify with something. Um, Name brand clothes is like if you style and profile all together, but yeah. But again, that's what you depend who you're dealing with, the caliber person you're dealing with, though. We're talking about a different set of rules with different people, so you know you learn about class, you learn about actions. It's a different set of rules. Well, we live in a society that values that. I mean, look at who your president is. Do I need to say anything else? I mean, sometimes, you can just see things for where they are. So I ain't got to say nothing. You see what people value. You see the ignorance and what they put material gain over what they do. That you above the law, that you can do what you want, the privilege. I don't need to say no more. Anything you just all you do is look at Donald Trump and then you got your answers to what you talking about. And sometimes things are just right there before the eye. They're right there before the eye. Probably the woods. Especially if you're into hiking, if you go travel and there's some bears or something. Because like the forest, again, how many people walking the woods probably more likely because the woods is like the unknown. But I don't go into neither one of them. But I probably say the woods though. Tales from the Dark Side. I had to think that for a moment. Yeah. Okay, I'm back now. Yeah. Okay. I'll probably make this in about. Yeah, I'll probably cut this one. I'm probably gonna be on for about 25 more minutes today, cause I'm making an even hour today. So I'll be on for like 24 more minutes today, and I might come on tomorrow. It's possible I come on tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. I'm not coming on Wednesday. I think Frisco, but Tampa Bay is dangerous. It's a big game for both because whoever wins this game is going to be in the driver's seat. And it's a confidence game for both guys too, Mac Jones and for Baker. Tampa Bay tends to pull out games. Frisco's a good test, so it's a big game for both. The winner is going to be in the driver's seat. Whoever loses the game, they should still be okay, but it's a real big game because the 49ers aren't being talked about, and no one is really, excuse me, paying them no attention. But they're there. They're there. Mac Jones is actually playing pretty good. I mean, but it's not a surprise though. Whitney Houston, Diana Ross. Yeah, he been looking good. He's been looking good. He's been they and they're and the thing about it is that their offense is rolling pretty good. Their defense looks good. You know, I mean, if they ever get halfway healthy, but see, this is not the problem with them. Yeah, I said Diana Ross. Diana Whitney come to mind when you say that. But she had a certain style about her. That's what made her so unique. But so did Whitney. It makes no difference. I answered the question. Is that it make no difference later or not. She belongs in that same conversation. Whitney belongs in that conversation. So I don't care. Whitney belongs in that game. Because Whitney Whitney left a lasting impression. She's in the same conversation with Diana and yeah, I already know that. I already know. And the thing about it is nobody cares. Nobody cares. And that's been going on. And that's what he's been that's why he don't want them things to come out. I already know. It's a shame too, because he's doing every kind of distraction and he's talking about some Nobel Peace Prize, and he's going on about this or that, and bringing the guards and the ISIS and all the other stuff to just sidestep the issues. Everything to just downplay the fact that he's old perv. Baker Mayfield is playing good. Like I said, it's the kind of game whoever wins is gonna feel like they can't be beat. It's a huge game for both. I don't like how this one sounds, so I'm gonna have to take this one off. I don't want no corny jokes. I want regular conversations, please. This is why I'm only gonna limit it to an hour today, because I know sometimes you get some people that be like they had something to drink or something before they come in here. So we gonna keep it regular. Anyway, it's a lot of stuff that goes on that doesn't get talked about. So we're privy to it. We're privy to it. All right. Is everybody? Is that it for today? I don't know what Baker Mills. So we got. That's not a fair comparison, but if I had to pick out the two for preference, I'm taking Ella Fitzgerald. But I like them both, but they hit differently though. Ella was pitch perfect though. Donna was bad though. Different hits though, but nobody, because you can't copy her. I mean, if you know how great Ella Fitzgerald was, that you can't copy her. She was like 101. I mean, her tone, her pitch, her cadence. Now you can make a nod to Shaka Khan to an extent, and but it does a disservice because I mean, she just if you ever listen to the was it the she sings was it Gershwin? Or was the book? I forgot the her voice was impeccable. You know, I mean, she was like she and Nat King Cole were like pitch perfect, and Louis Armstrong. I mean, mm, her scatting was like smooth. I mean, it's so when you ask me a question like that, who nobody, you know, the people who loved her, you know. If a male singer was trying to emulate what she did, maybe Al Jarreau to an extent, but again, it's a disservice because she was so ahead of the curve. She was ahead of the curve. Yeah, because Aretha was steeped in gospel. Aretha had more of the churchy thing going, and it wasn't the same. And their trajectories are different. Now, did Ella probably pave the way with some crossover? Probably, far as being versatile, but I can't compare the two because Ella Fitzgerald was not doing R&B pop songs like of the same, but not it's a different styling. She was cut from a different cloth. And Aretha did try to be a jazz stylist when she first came out, and it didn't do much of nothing. The early records until she hit her respect when she got her groove, just like Marvin Gaye. You know, they were trying to do loungy. They was trying to sound like that, and it didn't work at the time. So, but no, I know where you're going with that, but no, it's not in the same vein. So I've never, and most people, they it's a difference between the two. You know, she doesn't get her due. Ella Fitzgerald was one of the baddest hangers ever. Okay, let's get some of that. Yeah, Little Richard, Jackie Wilson, Big Mama Thornton, Chuck Berry. There's a lot of people on Presley. If there wasn't any black gospel, black artistry, there wouldn't be none. Little Richard played a part in him. He was one of the parts. One of the parts. One of the parts. I mean, Presley's whole thing was based off of black music. So we could be talking about, again, there's a lot to pick there. But yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have been as big if all things are equal. He wouldn't have been bigger than Little Richard if all things were equal. So complexion for protection, 101. Okay, let's get some more questions in. I got about 11 more minutes before I call it a day. Or we might not even get to this point today. Lotion generally don't do baby oil. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. Cocoa butter is good for the skin. Lotion and then cocoa butter. Baby oil was when I was a kid back in the day, and I don't do it, especially now. That's a taboo word. No diddy. I'll leave that to Diddy. I ain't touching that. Back in the day, back in the day, yeah. But that was back in the day, though. Shay. What you know about that? Yeah, look at you. See, I always like how you think. Shay was the truth. It's almost like you got like a secret camera where I go shopping back in the day. Johnson and Johnson baby powder back then. Head and Shoulders was cool before you get into specialized hairdos. But Johnson Johnson was the thing. I used to have that baby powder. Again, you mentioned up stuff I ain't thought about in like 25, 30 years. Mm, takes you back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. I'll be on for about 8 more minutes. I'll make it an even hour today. I did long ones the last two, so the days will probably be a little bit shorter today. We have a lot. These days is always different though. Probably fiction. Depends on what you're into. For me, it's probably fiction. Excuse me. I just, I don't know. Books kind of come and go. It all depends on what I'm dealing with. I don't know. I'll probably go with Smart Water of the three, of those three. And I am a water connoisseur. Anybody knows me personally, that's one of the best ways to get in conversation with me. Different sparkle waters and different things. Oh, excuse me. Yes, I do. How you doing? Um, Probably would say Minute Maid and then Florida of that batch. Minute Maid in Florida would be one and two. I don't know. Okay, let's see what we got. Probably now and later, because that was huge when I was a kid. Skittles got multiple flavors, and Jolly Rancher goes. I probably say now and later, but now and later was a huge when I was coming up back in the day. That thing was huge. So yeah, because Skittles is still huge, and Jolly Rancher still gets love. So I gotta say now and later. I just was in a store the other day and they had Skittles like a multiple pack, and it was like I was like, wow. So, but Jolly Rancher still does legit. What you mean? Which one is what? I don't understand this question. Composition notebook is still formal, but I don't understand what the question is though. Are you asking me which one fell off? Binders kind of fell off. Depends on where you grew up. Yeah. It all depends on where you live. Let's see something quick. Okay, so I think we gonna about call it a day. I think I've been on for like an hour. I don't see a lot coming through, but I appreciate the ones that did come through and the questions and whatnot. I will be back on probably tomorrow. We will see how things go. Uh, one last roll call. Appreciate when it came through. 75% is sympathetic to the federal fired workers. I like that poll. That shows me that people are paying attention to things. It is very sad and unfortunate at those turn of events. And it's unfortunate we have recklessness that's going for so-called presidency. And when people are shut down, it's pretty bad and brutal. So we can only do thoughts and prayers. Appreciate everyone that came through. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. Thank you again for constant support, and I'll see you soon. Peace. I'm out.